What's going on?
Pedal to the metal?
Yep, this pedal to metal, clearly here to take some questions. Who is this we have here?
This is Gridiron Grudge Match. This is Dave Kaiser. So, from Long Island, in fantasy hockey, fantasy NASCAR, fantasy football leagues. So I'd love to jump in and talk about some fantasy hockey. Dave's Puckheads here.
All right, you got some questions, or you want to talk about a certain topic?
All right, whatever you want to fire at me. I'm very excited to be on this show. I heard it's a very popular show.
Yeah, definitely. We got some growth going, and so I'm going to start off quick, right out of the gate. Obviously, we got the hockey starting up. All the exhibition games are pretty much done with, and everything is starting tomorrow. So let's take a look at some of these series. Obviously, you got one of the popular ones on your side and my side. We've got the Carolina Hurricanes versus the New York Rangers. So I'm curious to hear what your predictions are about that. How far do you think it will go? Because obviously it's a best of 5. And who you think are some possible popular goal scorers?
Well, in Carolina, you got Aho. I think is going to have a big series. I think Carolina's the better team. They're more battle-tested. The Rangers are a young team. They're up and coming. They're just getting going now with the young talent. They're going to be around for a long, long time. I think they have the goaltending edge as well. I just think Carolina is going to probably win this series in a sweep, even though Carolina traditionally has struggled at MSG during the regular season over the last 15 years or so. But Carolina is just, they went pretty far in the playoffs last season. And I think they'll kind of manhandle the Rangers. The Rangers are a fast-skating team, and Carolina can wear you down. And the Rangers struggle against big teams like the Bruins, the Kings several years ago. So I like Carolina in a sweep.
Well, sorry to hear this, but my opinion is actually reversed the other way. Obviously, you look, like you said, solid performance last year in the playoffs. Went all the way to Game 7 with the Caps, blew them out, swept the Islanders, and then got swept by Boston. I don't think Carolina's going to be able to hold up. Looking at the season stats from this past season, before we came to a pause, they got swept in the series by the Rangers, and I think the Rangers have a potential of sweeping them. I mean, you look at positive and strong players like Mika Zibanejad, and you got Artemi Panarin that come from really good teams, whether it was back in Columbus or back in Ottawa, that can really be some good point producers. So I'm definitely saying for sure that the Rangers could easily pull a sweep, either all 3 games or make it a 3-1 series or something. But yeah, I definitely think the Rangers will pull forward on that one.
Okay. I guess we agree to disagree.
Yep, I guess that's how it is. So in terms of, that's one of the big series going forward. Obviously, we got the teams that play the round robin game. So in the East, you have teams like Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, and Tampa Bay, if I'm not correct. So which one of those teams do you think has the best chance of getting to the final in the East?
I think in any sports, it's happened many, many times. You have to lose before you can win. I think the Bruins have a bad taste in their mouth after losing Game 7 of the finals at home. I think Boston is going to get back to the finals, and I think they're going to win it all. I think the Bruins are that good. Pasternak, Bergeron, Marchand. they learn how to win. Maybe they get further this year in the playoffs, which it's expected. But I think everybody knows Boston and Tampa are going to meet down the road. Now, look, there's a lot of good teams in the East. Washington, too. But Washington has lost a little pieces of the championship core. And Boston, I don't think, has lost that much. So I like Boston.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to agree on you on this one. No bias at all coming from a Bruins fan, but I definitely see them compared to the other teams, other round robin teams, that they definitely have a better chance. I mean, like you said, Tampa last year completely got embarrassed with that sweep by the Columbus Blue Jackets. Nobody saw that coming. Everybody lost their bets on that one. And then even the Hurricanes in the first round managed to pull the Game 7 win out of that one. So those two teams right there take out. And then as far as the Flyers, this season marks like the first season they've been in a long time, in a couple seasons. So I don't really think they're ready for this playoff type of hockey, and that just leaves Boston being the strong team coming out in the end. Like you said, yes, they might lose. Definitely going to lose a few games here and there, but it's not going to cost them, and they can definitely, in my opinion, win the East. And Tampa might be a contender, but they're gonna fall off the cliff trying to get there for sure. So let's quickly, just a few more questions, and then we'll quickly talk about who we think would win the cup. But let's not get there. Let's talk about the West real quick. We got Mr. Connor McDavid over there with those Edmonton Oilers. Obviously. A few teams coming out of the West that I could see easily making the Western Final. But we'll start with you. Like I said, same thing. Opinions on the West Final winner in your opinion.
Just like I said before, St. Louis was a very good playoff team. About the last 5-6 years, they always went out in the first round. But being a good playoff team is they make the playoffs, but they couldn't get to the next level. They didn't have the right system in place. So when this coach comes in last season, held everybody accountable, and I just think St. Louis is battle tested. They're another team that, just like the Bruins, that can play physical, they can play fast, they have great goaltending. I honestly think it's going to be a Stanley Cup rematch. I think it's going to be Boston and St. Louis rematch.
That's interesting that you think that. In my opinion, I think St. Louis will definitely get far. I think they definitely have a decent chance of getting to the Western Final. But I definitely think other teams could knock them off. Teams like the Golden Knights, I don't think would be able to get there. But teams like Edmonton Oilers, I feel like, have a chance. I know that's kind of iffy sounding because the last couple of years, obviously, McDavid hasn't had very much playoff experience or success in general due to numerous injuries or the team not making the playoffs. But I think the Oilers would have a chance of knocking off the Blues if they ever came to face each other. So I would predict something along the lines of Edmonton, or maybe even Calgary, because they are a team that's coming up rising out of the last couple of 2 or 3 seasons in these playoffs, and they have strong players, former Hurricanes players, former Bruins players that are just outstanding, and they're all just improving all together to make that team a strong team in Calgary. So I think either Calgary or Edmonton would face Boston, in my opinion.
So you think Calgary is going to beat out the defending Stanley Cup Blues? The Flames were the number 1 seed last season and got bounced in the first round? I don't know, man. This Calgary team is underachieved. They got a lot of talent, but I don't know. I don't know about that pick. I'd rather go with Vegas or somebody else. They will have better quality veterans. Calgary, they've been to the playoffs the last couple of years, but they haven't done anything. They have to show me that they can play with the big boys, and those big boys are the Blues.
I don't know. That's they got some big boys on the team, but I don't think they'll have the big muscle to win that cup. I think last year was kind of just a whole luck thing, with that Gloria song and everything.
Let's sing the song, Patrick. Give us a couple of lyrics.
No, I don't want to play anything. I don't have the copyright, so I can't.
Come on, sing us a little song for
Nah,
everybody listening all over the planet.
Nah, we're good. We're good right now. Bruins fans, last thing Bruins fans want to hear is that song in their ears. But yeah. So all right. So that's definitely good to hear your predictions for the East and West. And yeah, do you have any other thoughts about the hockey topic you want to share right now, or any other opinions?
No, I think the NHL is doing the right thing, proportionary wise, going in the bubble, keeping it simple, telling their players to be smart on and off the ice. They play a game, they go back to the hotel, eat, practice at the facility, and hopefully that keeps everybody safe and we have a good, enjoyable hockey playoffs. And we'll see what happens. It should be exciting, and we'll go from there.
All right, definitely. I'd like to thank you for joining me, definitely, and we'll definitely have you back, Dave, on another talk here, whether it's hockey or football or NASCAR for sure. But you take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you in the future.
All right. Thank you for inviting me on your show. Look forward to upcoming shows, and we'll reconvene and see. Hopefully, these playoff predictions come true.
All right, no problem. Take care.